If you've been on YouTube for a while and you feel like your growth is plateauing, this video is for you. I'm going to share strategies that go beyond the post consistently advice that you always hear. So if you're serious about growing your YouTube channel and potentially your business on YouTube, stick around. Okay, the first bit of advice I have for you is regarding mindset. You want to change your mindset from content creator to community builder. What do I mean by this? Most YouTubers focus on views and subscribers, but the real power of growing your channel lies in building a community. When you start thinking like a community builder, you stop worrying about vanity metrics and you start worrying about the people beyond the camera, the people that are watching your videos beyond the screen. You start to think about them and what their problems are and really try to help them. And when you do that, those people then become loyal subscribers, keep coming back, and help to grow your channel. Another way to think about this is nurture over numbers. You want to nurture your audience. You want to engage with them. You want to create a space where they feel seen, heard, and understood, so that by doing that, your audience can grow authentically and organically with time. The next bit of advice I have for you is deep audience understanding. Stop guessing and start listening. What do I mean by this? Start listening to what your viewers want. Don't assume what they want. Ask them what they want. Look in the comments and see what they're asking for. See what they're talking about. See what they're talking about with each other. Find out more information from your current audience as to what they need and want from you on your channel. Basically, you want to know what keeps your audience up at night. What are they really struggling with? And giving them the content that helps them get out of that situation and into a better situation. And I want you to also, when you're doing this, look at your analytics from a different perspective. Go beyond the surface level with your analytics as well. Instead of simply going into who's watching, I want you to go for how long. What content are they watching that they resonate with? What content is popular on my channel? And create more of that. Go deeper on those topics. Do tangents off of those topics. What videos are people engaging with most? Which videos are they liking the most, commenting the most on? Notice that. Go into your analytics and find that data. And once you have that data, reproduce more content like that. Because creating content that they're enjoying will help to grow your channel because it relates to what their problems are and their pain points, and helping to solve those problems and lead them towards success. And the last thing I want to talk about with this particular piece of advice is engage in your comments. Don't just comment. What do I mean by that? I mean, when you comment or respond to comments on your videos, take a moment to really think about what you want to say. Don't just say thanks or leave a heart emoticon or a smiley face emoticon. Respond with a comment that has more depth to it. Or even ask them a question. Ask them for clarification. What did you mean when you said this? What didn't you understand? I can provide more details here. Try to really engage on a deeper level with your community through the comments. That will help you to grow faster as well. That will help to create that strong sense of community, which will help people to trust you and want to come back and learn more from you. The next piece of advice is to craft intentionally your content and make value-based content. After what we just spoke about, getting to really know what the pain points are through the comments, through engaging with your audience, you can then shift from content creation to value creation. You might be thinking, my channel's not growing, I just need to post more content, more content, more content, more content. But the truth is, you actually need to post more valuable content. If your people aren't coming to your channel and subscribing and viewing your videos aren't providing the value that they need. You might be providing value in your content, but it's not the value your audience wants. So they are looking for something different. And that's why it's really important to engage with your audience to figure out what that is. And then once you figure out what that is, give it to them. Value-based content, content that really helps them to solve their problems. Not just content creation for creation's sake, but value-based content creation. Craft your content intentionally. And another way to think about this is to strategically craft your content by mapping out what that person needs. So if they're at point A, what steps do they need to take to get to point B? Because you're at point B or beyond, right? You've gone from A to B, and maybe you're at C or D, right? And you're helping people to get to point B. What are all the steps in between point A and point B that they need to do to get to where they want to go? Make videos about those steps. make different videos addressing those different stages of change that that person must go through to get to point B from point A. You can think about it as a journey. What is the journey that they need to take to get to where they want to go? And what can you teach them about getting there? What milestones do they need to achieve on the way to success? And really diving deep into how to get to each of those individual milestones that add up to their success later. So you can think about it as like levels. Like maybe they're trying to get to 5th grade, but they're in 1st grade. How can you teach them what they need to get through 1st grade and into 2nd grade? Then once they're in 2nd grade, from 2nd grade to 3rd grade, from 3rd grade to 4th grade, and finally to graduating at 5th grade. That's what you want to think about when you're creating your content, creating a roadmap for their success and doing videos that are based on all those different milestones to get them there. Hopefully this is clear. And the best way to do this is to use case studies. Use your own personal experience that you've gone through on your journey and what milestones you hit. Use client-based case studies, what clients you've worked with and what milestones you've watched them hit along the way. Because some people might skip 2nd grade because they just get that. They're so smart. They get 2nd grade stuff and they can pop over to 3rd grade, right? But some people don't. Some people struggle with 2nd grade and have trouble getting to 3rd grade. So by using case studies, your own experience, and other life experiences that you have noticed that feed into this system of that journey, sharing those will really help to clarify the path for the people that are watching your channel and watching your content. And the next piece of advice, which you might not have heard yet on YouTube, is to create sticky content. Think of your content strategy as like sticky, that creates long-term relationships because it's sticky. So sticky content, the way I'm defining it, is content that keeps people interested. That's not like a one and done. That's not like they watch and they never come back. It's not like a watch, they got their answer, they never come back again. Sticky content requires people to come back again. They're stuck with it. It leaves people thinking long after they've left the video. They're still thinking and pondering and strategizing in their mind how they can use that information to improve their life. And you can do this, you can create sticky content by building off of the original content, right? You give them one level, but then you talk about how you're going to give them the next level in the next video, and the next level, and the next level. It goes back to that 1st grade to 5th grade example. So you talk about the 1st grade stuff, and then you say, in the next video, we're going to 2nd grade, and we're going to talk about this topic. And then the next video, and the next video, so that it's sticky, that they have to come back for more. You gave them a bit of advice. They think about that advice. They digest that information. They utilize that information. It helps them to get somewhere. But now that they got to that next part, they remembered that you said, I'm going to teach you the next step. And so they come back for that next step. So that's what I mean by sticky content. It's content that keeps people coming back because you're elevating it. As they rise up, your content rises up. It gets them to the next place and the next place and the next place. Because you're not just considering the beginner, you're considering the beginner to the master, the beginner to the end game, to the end goal, to get them where they want to go from A to B. And when you create sticky content, they have to come back to keep finding out what the next thing is that they need to know on their journey towards success. You want the audience, your followers, to feel like they are progressing on their journey with you and that you can help them progress on that journey. And the next piece of advice I have for you is to go beyond SEO and keywords. SEO and keywords are important, yes, but what really matters to YouTube is watch time and how long people are staying on the platform. And that's why the previous comment about sticky content is so important for your growth on YouTube. Because YouTube's ultimate goal is to keep people on the platform forever, basically. They want you to come and watch and watch and watch and watch and watch. And if you can provide value and you can provide, the next step and the next video and the next thing that they need to watch, that will keep people on the platform longer, which will show that your videos are of high interest to people, which will have YouTube pushing them out to more people. So it's really important to focus on creating engaging content so people are watching the majority of the video and that they keep watching other things that you have created because you have set it up to be sticky content and content that leads to other content, to other content, to other content. And they can basically binge watch your content, and that will help you with your YouTube growth as well. So there you have it, some deeper ways to build your growth. And I will give you one bonus tip. You can also try collaborating. You can collaborate with other people to get new audiences to your channel or to get yourself exposure on other people's audiences. That's another great way to help grow your channel, to boost it when it seems to be plateauing. Get in front of other audiences, start networking, start interviewing people, and then they'll want to interview you back or something like that. Just find ways to integrate other people into your channel that then will integrate you into their channel or their platform or whatever it is, to get more people discovering your channel through other means and not just through YouTube itself. So hopefully this was helpful. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below, and I'm wishing you the best with getting out of that plateau and skyrocketing your subscribers. See you in the next video. Bye for now.